too far? Or did I got mad by the way I asked you? Hope my name tastes good in your mouth. Yeah, I'm a petty princess, and that's why I wrote this song about you, baby. Now my life is in shambles. So long, goodbye. It was nice while it lasted, then it went awry, and I cried every night, wishing that you would change, but you'll just stay the same. This is the last part of the song, and I don't know what I'm gonna sing, but I guess that's it.
Hello, streamers. Hi. I'm just gonna turn her down. I'm gonna keep her on though, just down a lot, so you probably don't hear her like I do, which is why I'm turning it down for myself. But we're gonna keep her low. But ooh, bestie. We're gonna keep her low and maybe I don't know.
I
Whoa.
can never seem to get enough.
Whoa. Whoa. My mic is editing some things. My face cam is working, by the way. It was dead last time I art streamed. So I was in the middle of a conversation with Moki about Moki's Discord. We're all just talking about mac and cheese right now. But I did some things. Now this is partially, oh my goodness, I can gesture. This is partially based on my art of, I don't like that my mic is so far down. Oh, I don't like that. Why is my Ko-fi so loud? Oh goodness. Oh, my mic is so low on here. I wonder if, okay, yeah, moving. No, it's so low, I hate that. One sec, I'm gonna move my audio. Okay, it looks like it's good. I just don't like how low it is on my thing. It's fine. Anyways, I'm doing some drawing today with Cowboys. Ignore that. So last time I said I was gonna finish sketches, I instead drew this. Worst comes to worst, I did find my actual corset design for this, so we could edit this and fix up the corset design to be more of what I originally designed in a sketch. Oh, it's so loud in my ears still. She's the best, but it's so loud in my ears. I do have my J and the Beyond in between, and Jam with Butterfly, but I also have Gay People sketch, which I really want to work on. First, though, let me go. They were on my chair. Mushrooms. Turn. Mushrooms. My partner made them for me. Mushy boys. Mushy boys, mushy boys, mushy, mushy, mushy boys. Anyways, these are mine now. Don't fall. Drawing streams are a little funky because it is just all on my iPad, and I use a thing that lets me screen share my iPad to my phone or to my computer, and I just go from there, so it's a bit funky. However, someone followed while we were off stream, and I finally fixed this, so we are 7 away from an all-day stream on Saturday. So if y'all want to see me stream all day, otherwise I'll be doing Mystic Lore on Saturday, probably. Currently keeping an eye on a couple things. I am being briefly in some conversations at the same time, which I should have started some conversations before stream, but I did. So good at capping things. Now I am also using my phone to look at Hexel and Jaxper references. Oh, we're not playing Minecraft today. We're drawing cowboys. I just transferred this from my phone, so that's why it has the weird thing here, is that's when it happens when I transfer it from my phone. Some of these brushes are from previous things. I do have some other things to draw. So if I get this done, I'm gonna work on my gem sketch, and I refuse to let myself get distracted again. If I get distracted again from my gem sketch, I will cry. But after that, I have some other things I want to do, including a character I might draw. But then I have to look up a certain kind of bird, so. Hex, you're gonna just see hair. This is all, what is Hexel's? Oh, I forgot how big this canvas actually is. Because on my phone, it's so I can do detail, but it's such a big canvas. It's gonna be so nice for detail though. These canvases are huge. This was drawn, I think, in like 8. 4 is a good one for the rough sketch. This canvas, how big is this canvas compared to my regular? One sec. Sonic, no. Okay. So this is a 1536 by 2048 canvas. That's a big canvas compared to, yeah, this is over double my usual canvas. But I'm trying to get into more detailed canvas drawings. I need to actually up my canvas size for some of my other pieces. Like my J piece needs to go on yet another big canvas, because I like big canvases for some of my bigger pieces. I'm trying to find, one sec, I'm trying to find my Hexel references that I wanted to use Moki refs. Moki posts all his refs. Okay, he does have hair, longer hair, but his hair's also pulled over his, nope, not in his newer one. His newer one, his hair's not pulled over shoulder. That's what I couldn't remember. But he's got very fluffy hair, and I also want to make sure I don't forget his spikes. Y'all, I actually get to draw Jaxper with his antlers, which I'm so excited about. See, Moki Hexel, I have to do a lot of work with, because I just have the back of his head to draw, which I feel evil about. But I don't need to be doing 2 faces in this piece. This is just a rough sketch. I have to remind myself I don't have to be perfect on this version. How long is his hair? Okay, it's vaguely that length. Yeah, that length vaguely works. Man, her music is so popping. His frills are definitely too long. I feel like this one's more accurate, but it's gonna cover Jaxper's face. It's fine. It's fine. But tonight I'm making mac and cheese for dinner. Dimber. Anyways, that's what I got for Hexel so far. I'm excited to just work on Jaxper, because I get to do a lot with eyes, and I was drawing so many eyes today, y'all. So we have these eyes, which I like giving Jaxper, because I can do a lot. I like doing detailed eyes. However, I also have, which I don't know how these would look. These are more anime-esque. If, like, you could do multi-layered stuff. I don't like the super big anime eyes, no. No super big anime eyes for Jaxper. Yet. Not when he's crying. How about? Not when he's crying. How about not when he's crying? Does he get super big anime eyes? But Yeah, not when Jaxper's crying. Jaxper doesn't get super big anime eyes when he's crying, guys. I drew this sketch while at work, and I'm so surprised how good I made it look. So I'm really happy with it. That's all I gave him was his eyes. He has no other face. I need to look at his ref again. It never ends. Looking at Jaxper's ref. I swear I've stared at this man for so many hours. You don't have a peer. Oh, I get to draw his. I get to actually draw him like a tiefling, and not vaguely human shaped, and less vaguely human shaped, which is nice. Oh, I love his hair. His hair. Man, these guys and their beautiful pink hair. It's going to be what kills me one day. Why did I make his face so tall? He does not have that tall of a face. We're gonna move his eyes down, actually. His face is not actually that tall, I've decided. Nope, wrong way. That's good. Because then I can actually just, yeah, do his hair here. Oh, but his hair's swoopier than I can do it. Yeah, his hair's got the swoops. His hair has the swoops. Oh, I love his hair. Why is his hair so just freaking amazing? I get to give him his ears. He's got big tiefling ears, and I love it. Actually, in his actual reference art, come out of his little hair. They're hidden by his hair, and I love that. It means I don't have to draw the connection as much. In his PNG tuber. And they're very much just kind of straight out-ish. Not that shape, though. That's certainly a shape. Yes, more like they're kind of... Dude, that's okay enough for now. And then he does get his piercings. I actually have to draw him closer to how he actually looks, y'all. Because I actually am doing his version, not an AU version, which is great because I love Jaxper. Jaxper is so cool. Character Jaxper, please. I missed. When will the tiefling be back? Man, I miss Jaxper. I wish you were real. That was in fact Spur last night, though. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I miss Jaxper. I wish you were real. Jaxper. I don't know why I'm doing this much detail on a first sketch. He's crying, but how do I make his little fangs? Boop boop. Which is funny that I didn't get vampire Jaxper fangs, but actual Jaxper gets fangs. Listen, man's hair is probably a mess right now. He's not been taken care of it. He's been in the nether. I can move his face down if needed. Don't worry, it's fine. His face is so tall, I hate it. But it's fine. His nose is too tall. That, I think, is what's messing with me right now, is I need his nose to go down a bit. It's better. And then... because his beard will help. But I need to have space for his nose, and then his little scruff. I love his little scruff. It means I don't have to draw his chin. I'm only gonna be streaming for about an hour, by the way.
This happens every time. Infatuated with the feeling of you being mine, and I felt it for 3 months. What would happen if we sped through time?
He's sad. I don't. His face just looks off. His face is too round for what I've drawn him like. It's fine. It's fine. Let me just. It's fine. This is not gonna get done today. It needs this lower still. No, it has his. There we go. No. Sorry, I do actually really love this one of Harvey's songs. For those who don't know, Harvey is actually. We met during summer camp when we were in like middle school. He needs to be taller than Hexel, but not like as tall as he was. His head does not need to be here. He's only 2 inches taller than Hexel. I was sketching this at work. Listen, we're gonna work out the details as we go. That's better. That's a lot better. Impulse just went live. If only I could raid into Impulse. I think Centros is live though, so I might raid into Centros when I'm done, and we can watch Centros or like we'll make dinner. And then y'all are into Siege. There's Siege Lord tonight, which I will in fact be watching instead of writing my paper. Y'all, hair is so majestic to draw. Oh, it needs to be down. That looks so good. That's too big of a scar, it's fine. He's crying. He's having a time. He missed his boyfriend. If y'all don't actually know the fic that I wrote that inspires this, that is so fair. It's called A Pebble in Water. And I was thinking about where I wrote just Hexel holding Jaxper's face and Jaxper putting his own hands over Hexel, so like this, and just holding him there. And that's what this is. It's just them being sad people. His ear. You're only gonna see this one, so it's fine. Does he have? I need to give him his little beard. I don't think you guys understand how much just Jaxper. Yes, that in fact is his username, is just Jaxper. What was I gonna say there? I don't know. You don't understand how much Jaxper. I just enjoy. And I'm trying to keep drawing because I know if I stop I might not be able to restart again. That has been a big fear of mine. And I know that I'm at a point where my hands are getting really bad, so how do I manage my hands getting really bad? I continue drawing. And just hope. He's so sad, I can't. first. It's Hexel and Jaxper. And I'm crying over having to draw him so sad, but it's happy tears, I swear. I swear it's me drawing happy tears. I want to design him a new outfit, but I also know I'm not drawing his new outfit today. We're only streaming an hour. I do not have time to draw him a whole new outfit in a day. It's a Jaxper. He's sad. But he's not, because this is here. He just needs one more boyfriend. And then he can't be sad anymore ever. You hear that? Stares. Stares directly. This is an arm, actually. Why did I do your arm like that? You can stick out more than be in front of everything. Yeah, I can. Stick out more and no. There, it's not in front of my beautiful everything. But I don't need to draw anything on the shoulder anyways. It's fine. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing a day. I had work early, so instead of I don't need to stream tonight, I had work early. So I don't usually get to stream because I'm working. I didn't have to do that today. And I asked one of my friends if I should draw Cowboys. I asked them if I should draw. I didn't think they knew I'd be streaming, but I said I'm gonna stream Cowboys today because I have a really cool Jaxper and Hexel sketch I want to do. And now I'm doing Cowboys / pause. 1 second, let me turn this off. This was the initial sketch. I'm doing my first layer of sketch, so like arms are not proportional, I understand that. But also, I'm actually sketching it. Do you know what happened last time? I started doing some of my sketches. This was not one of my sketches. Last time I said I was going to be finishing some sketches and I did this instead. Actually, I'm going to spend some time and work on his design a little bit because I did remember the actual corset design I had and I want to do his corset design because it's so funky. I love it. Also, he does not get pupil rights because pupils look weird on him. I did find his actual corset design, but I don't want to go grab it. So we're just gonna wing it. Too big. Boop, boop. 2, I need you to be lighter. Why are you like that? No, be on the right layer. No pupils. Listen, the background is going to have his antlers because without his antlers, he does not look like Jaxper to me, and I cannot explain that enough. Without his pupils, he looks so weird to me. With his pupils, he looks so weird to me. Without his antlers, he looks so strange. No, I need to do smaller drippies. And they're far too high up. They started so low. Why am I like this? They're supposed to be like little drippies. Because, you know, The antlers make him him, agreed, but he's human. Well, he's not. I could actually do this. Bam. He's not human, actually. He's a vampire. This is, in fact, vampire AU. Squiggles. They're supposed to be like little drippies. Because it's a vampire funky course. I don't... See, I found his corset design, and then I don't remember where I found it. It's in something. It's on paper somewhere. Teefs. Yeah. I like how I was doing gay art, and then I said, I need to sit on this because his arms look funky here, but I can't get my brain to do the arm side of things. So I'm just like, I'm gonna take a break from him because his body isn't proportional. I didn't do any of this, actually. You know what? I'm gonna do this for my own good because I won't do it otherwise. I need a break from this, apparently, because when I get stuck and I'm just drawing the exact same thing every time I attempt, I know I need a break. So I'm gonna give him a break, but I'm gonna go work on Vampire Jacks, because I want to get him done. I bet you I could go find that corset design. I only have a couple things I can draw corsets on. But arms are so hard to draw, agree, very, and I'm trying to do perspective, and perspective is funky. But Pebble in the Water had such a good moment, and I want to write it. So I tried. So I gotta work on it. But I'm trying to do his little corset. It had like little drips because he's funky. This is more like what he would have worn to like the meeting, but I really I like it because this would all be red. He's got vampire corset. Because he is a funky vampire. Yeah, they're kind of. I'll worry more about it later. I'm just trying to get it down. I can always fix it up later. I can only do so much. Last time I had to put the warning up, but I just decided not to this time. If people want to be mean, they can. I have something wrong with my hand, so although it's a lot better now, my pinky was bright red for most of today. Why am I doing this with the smallest preset I have? I know I could bucket fill, I just don't wanna, because it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to paint the fix it anyways. Paint the fix it. But no, his background is gonna be what really shines. But this, I did flat color last time I streamed, and so now I'm doing color depth. I did some work on my other sketch. I got some hair and stuff done. It's hard for me to stay on a sketch for long periods of time. But I'm really enjoying my Vampire Jaxper. Probably because his arms are already sketched. And they're not in a funky perspective. And now if I full color... Nope. Yeah, that's full color already. Oh, that is so funky! That is funky, I like that. You can't really see the black, but that is fine. I could also lighten the burgundy. I could lighten the burgundy a little bit, I think. I feel like, do you know the best test if my colors are dark or if it's just the white background messing things up? Do you know the best test? Put a really dark color underneath. If if you put a really dark color underneath and the black still doesn't help, that's when you know. But it looks like it was probably just the white. Yeah, it's fine. I could genuinely just do that as the background color too. Where was my red? There's my red. No, you have to stay 3. I have a 4. Let me just 1 second. What is on? Is this just a line art? That's just a line art thing. It's fine. There we go. Less annoying now. It is. I like. Listen, Vampire Jackspur takes up all my brain cells. You know, fun fact, Vampire U wasn't supposed to be so Jackspur and Hexel focused. But then I wrote Jay meeting them because while I watch now, the only one I've watched all the way through is Jay's perspective, is Hei's perspective, so I've only watched Jay all the way through. So, like, I feel more comfortable writing a lot of Jay. So I was like, I'll be Jay, and then I'll have all the others, and I'll watch as much as I can once I get to a point. No. I have no idea. I'm just obsessed with Jackspur and Hexel. Which I don't think Moki and Jackspur mind very much. The background music is actually my friend's song. Well, yeah, friend. We met at summer camp. I can even show you quickly. 1 sec, let me grab the text. I do actually have. There. It's by Harvey. It is such a vibe. She is so cool. Harvey has all the vibiest songs, but I am also biased. She does. I did not. I haven't listened to all our music, so I was not expecting that. It looks so cool. Wait, that corset looks so cool. I kind of want to give him like vague stripes on, like a darker purple stripe on his shirt, because I still got a shade, but I still got like in-depth things, but I'm adding details today. I'm gonna take this away so I can't mess with it. Or I'm gonna erase anything that's on the corset side of things from not in the right spot, but I'm just doing this so I can get. I think she'll appreciate that a lot. She's so funky. I actually asked her before I started using her music because I was like, I love your music, and I put it on my stream, and she freaked out. She was like, yeah, please. She is such a vibe. She and I met at a fine art summer camp, so I can tell you she's like actually art trained. And I'm just having the time of my life drawing. Look at, like, I like the details of the stripes on the shirt. I've got now just got to erase everywhere that stripe should not be on this shirt. I like that they're not in the purple, like the light purple.
Considering all the shit that you put me through. And just wanted to let you know, if you think this song is about you, it is.
I have not listened to all our music, but that just made me laugh so hard. If you think this song is about you, it is. I love drawing Jaxper at this point. I don't know if that's obvious or not. Me liking drawing Jaxper? Never. Trying to make that like a funky. Corner lines like this are awkward, so I'm just trying to like do my best. This one might need to just be redrawn. Like that. That works. That's not funky at all. He is such a guy. And I get to draw him like so fun fact, Vampire Jaxper, like Vampire Jaxper, does not do casual clothes. He is always dressed up. And I feel like that is just fair. So like when he goes to the meeting, I want to draw all of their meeting outfits sometime because they do wear them again, or at least similar ones again. And there's, I would like to point out, color theory at its best. This is the same purple. They look so different between the purple and the blue. I know there's probably a better way to do this. I don't care. It's kind of soothing, just getting to erase all this now. Always a fancy boy. In fact, agreed. I like drawing me just drawing Jaxper. I need to draw his antlers in the background. I put on one of the Discords I shared this in. He doesn't have his antlers yet. And I definitely didn't mean to say yet, but it is in fact an accurate statement for Vampire IU. You can take what I just said however you want. Anyways, his shirt has lines now. I like at every time I add a little more detail and I'm like, Anyways, let me take away his pupils again. He does not deserve pupil rights. Anyways, I'm gonna do something because it's driving me insane not having them. You need to actually look at his antlers. He deserves them. He deserves them. But he's also, in this, a vampire that's in a human-based society, so it's a little harder for Boy to get them. Why did it stand out so much more? So instead he gets these, because I can't say much without spoiling it, but one day... One day... one day, Vampire, you in fact will get antler rights. One day, Vampire, you Jaxper gets antler rights. Take that however you wish. Yes, I'm actually looking at his actual antlers while I draw these. That looks so much more him. It looks so much better. Also, I know in this, the colors, I will send to my computer. I know it looks really just different in my actual stream. I always can see it. But look at him. Him having antlers already looks better. It looks more like him. Yes, he gets tiny jewelry on his tiny horns that are not actually here, but totally are, because I can't live without Jaxper having his antlers. Him. I like the antlers kind of being vaguely there, because I could do this. He has 3 different modes. Human. No pupil rights. Fun fact, actual Jaxper does not have pupils, and he has black sclera. So you can see why him having pupils looks weird. But this is so much better. He doesn't... This is kind of like... So it's the mid-X when his eyes turned light green before his eyes are dark green, if you know what that one is. So, like, Jaxper in his Discord posted it in, December. So we're doing like the light green, so he doesn't have the X in his antlers yet. Specifically for this design. I may give him a design with X antlers later, but not... This one does not get X antlers. No pupils ever is agreed. He does not need... Why would he need pupils? Why would he need pupils? Simply, no. He also does not have his tiefling ears, but I can solve that, and that is they're just a little hidden in his hair. They're being a little silly. They're just being a little silly, hiding in his ears. His hair. Listen, I can give him ears more. I can give him more ears. I can't give him antlers and explain it in human. Because he looks like him without his ears. He does not look like him without his antlers. I actually am going to give him his ears peeking out slightly because I do want him to have some ears. I just did not draw them, and I literally didn't mean to add them to this sketch. So they're like slightly peeking out. They're not fully peeking out because his hair is poofy here. He's got it all pulled back because he's working. But like ears. And he has some jewelry, but or do those... I feel like the ears, because of how fluffy the hair is, they just don't look good. The ears just don't look good because of how fluffy the hair is. But you do need the antlers. Here, one sec, we're gonna move me so I can show you guys what the colors actually look like because they're so discolored on that screen share. So I'm gonna send myself the art a second so I can show you guys. I say you guys, I'm pretty sure it's just me talking with one person. But hey, I mean, vibes. More people than I talked with last time. And we drew antlers together, which is so much fun. Let me see if I can find my email from last time. Please. We can vibe, exactly. my there we go. My iPad is starting to really hate me, but I just want to send it. I want to send this to myself. Because it's not a lot of details, but it's a good amount of details that we added. And I removed his pupils because someone else also agreed that pupils were a no. No pupils ever. Nice. Drawing is fine when you're not alone. Yep, there's my email to myself. Ooh, that sounds really cool, actually. I'll move it around. Ooh. That's gonna be so much. I need to draw something for something. But like, if you look at this compared to how it looks on here, it's just a little more vibrant. Colors are still a little off, but it's fine. Such a guy. See, he's got that pale green, but the pupil vibes, he's doing so much better. Look at the corset and the shirt. I'm so proud of the shirt today, and I'm gonna do a little more drawing, but I wanted specifically. This is what drives me to actually finish writing the episode for today, or not for today, for vampires soon. He is such a guy. Should I do some fancy eye stuff? I should do some fancy eye stuff sometime. Where is my eye layer? There's my eye layer. Antlers, antlers, antlers. Antlers. So much better than no antlers. He does. I miss him. He needs to come home. So I am very funky with the way I draw eyes. I like to add, that's too big a brush, a lot of detail to my eyes in the terms of clipping layer and blurring. So I'm giving the illusion of pupils because I like the idea of him having some depth, but he can also just have like little swirlies in the center. And then I like to do some funky, I like to do dark around the edges. But I'm gonna do something funky on this one in particular because he is a vampire. And while my vampires that I write in Vampire EU are a little different than some vampires, they have one thing I like to do with them. And let me blur this first. There. That was extremely large blur, what the heck? Because like, it doesn't look like a lot, but if we take this off, you can usually see a bit of a difference. I think I blurred this one a little too much. No, you can see the difference. Yeah, it's free. It's the biggest reason I use Ibis. He has something that I think is pretty freaking cool. He's got just a tiny bit of red in his eyes. Because he is a vampire. Let me just... There we go. I need to be able to do the corner. He doesn't have like a lot of the way I write vampires is not a lot like most vampires I write. But look at how cool. It's just like it's just subtle. It's just subtly there. Like it's not a large difference between with and without, but funky eye details make all the difference. The hint of red, it's just looks so good. I love him. I've started details. Oh no, I'm never gonna leave. One second. I'll see if I have this on this computer, this iPad, but I don't want to scroll through everything in case I don't. I don't know. I was gonna show you how I do hair. Do I have any characters with hair done? Okay, I have a vague hair piece here. You can kind of see what I do with hair. One sec. Hair is hard for me. I agree. But there's a hair. No. Here, go here, go here, go here, go here. There we go. It did not want to go to just chatting. Trying to see if I have. Most of my speed paints are on my phone. Okay. Do I have the speed paint for my hair practice? I have a really cool sheet of hair practices that I can show y'all. Okay, we're actually gonna change what's casting for like 3 seconds. Come on. It's taking forever. There we go. Oh, my phone just hated that. I have a really cool sheet of hair practices, and it's just easier to get here from I don't think it's gonna let me open my speed paint hair practice. So instead I'm going to screenshot it. So all of these are hairs I did. Take a very long time. So there's a pink hair, a brown hair, a blonde hair, a red hair. Oh, you guys can't see all the way up. 1 second. Yeah, there we go. It's because I cropped this, so yeah, it's because I partially cropped this. So there's pink hair, brown hair, blonde hair, red hair, green hair, purple hair. Oh, you guys can't see when I zoom in. Blue hair, and then these are a set of characters in the center. The second line is a bunch of characters. And then I have pride hairs and a couple unfinished hairs. This was a project I did as just fun practice. They take forever, but I really want to do one for Jaxper. It just means I do not get to be free for like a solid 20-30 minutes. So I might not do this today, but that is my plan, is to do fancy Jaxper hair. I can start it today, I guess. No one's gonna stop me. Who's gonna stop me? It is a lot of finicky work on his hair. So it's a lot of shades a little lighter. But it can add, I love the way it looks if I do it right. There we go. Just a lot of drawing these. I do it mostly in squares because when I was practicing, because squares are the easiest place to do it. Where is his beard? Is his beard on this layer? His beard is also on this layer, so his beard gets detail, I guess. But it's a lot of, you lose the true color if you do it not directly on top. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of just this, with bunches of different colors, layering, deciding whether or not that looks good, doing it again. But it looks like actual hair, and I just think he deserves real funky hair. So that's just, I guess I'm gonna go soon, like, and eat at some point, but for now, until I decide I want to go eat, I guess I can work on some hair. It will look so good, and he's just a guy who deserves the funky hair. Now that is when you want your blur all the way up and opacity down, but we're not doing that just yet. That is when you want your blur all the way up and opacity down, is when you want to do hair, because you don't want all the hair individual markings to go away. Ta-da, that is like one layer, and then I would keep doing it, and I might do smaller bits where I'm like, dude, to build like a parting line, so I might do like parting line bits of different colors. And the great thing about this is I can come back and grab the actual hair and throw in this, and then you can grab something a little darker. It looks jarring, but once you blur in the darker, it actually looks really good. It's all a game of getting the right balance. It's already starting to look really cool. Noms are important, I agree, and I found this really cool one-pan mac and cheese recipe that I'm gonna try to half because I don't have half a pound of mac and cheese. But and then I can go and like it's a lot of blending, and I would probably later on take the opacity up for the last little bit, but kind of just it's a lot of messing with balance, but how you want something to look. And it's harder when it's a shape and not a square, but it's so important. And I'm also probably gonna do some in a smaller brush than my 1.5 even, but I am very finicky with how I do my detailed hair, and I'm also going to detail his skin, which sounds scary when I verbalize having to detail his skin, but I do actually have examples of detailed skin. This is my example of detailed skin because it's the only one. It's my only half and half I have on hand. So here's how I detailed her hair. You can I guess this is kind of an example of another way to detail hair. And then her skin, you don't see it because I work really hard, but her skin, this is her skin with detail, without. So without, I gave her, she doesn't have bad eye bags, I've given worse eye bags, but she gets eye bags. Some cheek detail, freckles, she has freckles, but I do a lot of that kind of skin detailing, and he is going to get that because I like how depth it is. It's my version of rendering because I don't have the energy to fully render, so instead I do my little renders. Here's another funky hair design for myself, and I did funky eyes for her. Ignore the skeletons. No, go back. Edit. Ignore all my obsessed skeletons. This is actually not the computer or the iPad I used to draw as much in. That's my other iPad. So most of these are newer sketches. Ooh, doing a little bit of like a peachier color to lighten it up a little. I like the peachy color. I know it's for something. It was for the red in his eyes, but listen, sometimes you get a surprise. Oh, I like how that helped. That helped. I like that. I like how it all just kind of blends out, but then at the end I like to use the actual hair color and do some like actual hair. It's so discolored on here, I promise it looks better. But like even then, once you throw in some actual of the hair color, like the base hair color, it adds back in such a depth. To be fair, I usually do the strands at like 10, but I want a good uneven layer before I do the base just strands. So like when I get there, I will do just enough to kind of blur the lines a little bit, and then go on with the next layer, which I'm gonna do with lighter opacity on the peach because I don't want it that bright. It is a lot of just messing with the strands until I get just the way I want it. But I really do like how it's looking. Okay, I do have to go eat soon, but what I'm gonna do first for grins and giggles is first, we're gonna put Jackspur 1 up here, and we're gonna put nope, wrong source. Nope. Wrong one. I have one more thing to... As this piece works, it's just going to be more and more versions of Jackspur. And the original. So this was last time. This was this time. I'll actually do it in like chronological order. So it doesn't look like this is before we did all the extra details on him, so he doesn't have the eye and hair details, but like that's already an improvement. Why is my text? Oh, that makes more sense. It's already an improvement. So think about how much more improved it's gonna get every time. Let me wait. Wait, let me. This is when you see how discolored it is. Look at how discolored that is. Oh, I hate it. 3 Jackspurs on a screen. Okay. 3 Jackspurs on a screen is how I end stream. Let's go find someone to raid. Who is live? Oh, wait. Let me give him his antlers back. 3 Jackspurs on a screen. It does. It does. So when I say it looks so bad, I need to find a better thing. Like, I might hope to one day buy a capture card because that is going to be the best way. But for right now... Centros is live. I could raid Centros. But anyway, yeah, the Keller is muted, but this is what he actually looks like, just with the new details on his hair. I will... Centros. I'm thinking... What do you think? Do we go raid Centros? I'm thinking we go raid Centros. I like the idea that I just keep them up here. Let's raid Centros. Okay, we're raiding Centros. I'm gonna hop on my iPad so I can watch Centros on my iPad while I go make dinner. But let's go have fun with Centros. Let's go bother Centros. 1 second, let me grab on my iPad. Minute stream. Ah, it's not. It's being all sorts of broken. 1 second. Bye though. Thank you for vibing with me. It was so much fun. We drew Jackspur and only Jackspur. Okay, let's go.